Whenever you are.
Cool. Okay, hi, this is Bike Week America again. This is Dan Nolan, and I get to be with, out on the road with Buckcherry. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Keith.
I'm Xavier.
And Xavier, you do what?
I play drums.
You play the drums like a maniac.
Thank you.
And Keith?
Play a little guitar now.
Play a little guitar now and then. Yeah. Bike Week America is honored to talk to the boys. The boys actually ride, so we're going to do a little bit about riding, and then we're going to do a little bit about what Buckcherry is all about, because you guys are just fucking sick. Now, you both ride?
Yes.
Okay. What do you got? In your garage, what's your favorite bike? Because I know it's not on the bus.
No. I actually am a very proud owner of a Chopper Zinc Billy Lane bike that he built for me that I absolutely adore. It's one of my pride and joys. I actually own two, but the one that's in the garage is my favorite. It's a Chop.
Cool.
It's good stuff.
For me, it would be the 37 Knucklehead.
Oh,
yes.
Nice.
It was actually a bike that had been passed around through a few notorious clubs. Ended up with a friend of mine in Florida that's well known for making motorcycles, and
What's his name?
Billy Lane.
Yeah, good.
And it was Billy's daily driver for a number of years, and I got it probably 7-8 years ago, and it's been my main squeeze.
Very cool.
Many have come and gone since then.
I was going to say, if you had a bike that you really wanted that you don't own, what would it be?
You know?
You're next, you can think.
I had a 65 Pan. We did a cross-country trip at one point, and we drove jalopies. He drove his Billy Lane. I drove my 65 Panhead across. And then, always buying and selling and trading stuff. I got rid of that bike, and that's really the bike that I want to get back, is a 65 Panhead.
Wow. I know, right?
That's a good one.
Ain't that a sick question?
I think I'd like to own 69, either an FX or FL, because it's the last year Jenny show.
Yep.
So that's probably, that would be the one to actually, that would be the good one to have.
I do like to ride, and I get out as much as I can, but when you're out on the road, that's not an option for you. What do you do to cover? When you need to get the hair in your head, the hair going.
We have simulators on the iPhone simulators.
Yeah. I saw the fin on your drums. That's close.
Somebody will throw bugs at us.
Yeah, and then we're all right. Yeah.
What do you do to get the jumps?
We got a lot of friends. We've been doing this long enough that we've got friends in kind of all corners of North America. So in a few weeks, we're going to hook up with Bobby and India Mary. We're going to do a ride between tour dates. We do a couple 100 miles. So we definitely get our kicks when we can, for sure.
So when you're out riding, do you wave? Do you wave back, or do you just don't do anything at all?
I don't know, really. I mean, if it's like at a bike event, you can't wave to everybody, so...
When safe to do so.
Every once in a while, I'll do the finger, but most of the times I don't, I'm just concentrated on the idiot in front of me.
I wave at the guys on the crotch rockets, and I flip off the guys on the Harley.
Thank you.
Usually I'm a non-waver. I'm a non-waver.
I do the medical support side of this, so I get both sides.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I'm watching the license plate in front of me and waiting for the red light to come on.
Yeah.
But, it's like, when safe to do so, I'm a little true to everybody I can, except for scooters. And I'm sorry, those guys just don't get it yet.
Well,
I'm just prejudiced that way.
I have respect for anybody that gets on two wheels.
Yeah.
I do too. I've noticed that the scooter people just don't get the wave part.
Yeah.
That's why I always throw it out there. It's like,
it's kind of like, I think maybe if they take it home, put it in the garage, and they pour water on it, that it might grow into real motorcycle. I don't know.
Like they'll grow it into our side of the life.
Yes.
Because it is a sick side of life. We really do get hardcore. When we go out. So, Confessions is out. Kick ass. Happen to notice that we got the 7 deadly sins out there.
That's right.
All 7 deadly sins happen to show. Whose idea was that? Do you know anything about why all 7?
I know a little bit about it.
Could you tell me?
I could. Well, probably from as early as Josh and I started collaborating. in the 90s, we'd always talked about doing a 7-song EP of the 7 sins and just listing the sins and having 7 songs. And we throw that idea back and forth. So the record cycle comes to an end. We're thinking about making another record, and he and I start talking about that again. So as we start to write the songs, we were all sitting around one day and the idea came up, why don't we, let's push Josh to kind of come up with a story. And Stevie's like, dude, why don't you write a screenplay that kind of tells the story? And so the story evolved, which made room for other songs to support it with the 7 Deadly Sins. The EP became an album, and the one thing just kind of led to another. And Josh wrote this awesome story. The record is the soundtrack to that story, but it doesn't need the story for you to be able to put the record on and get into it.
Exactly.
So that was really the goal. So we've got a bunch of different things converging at once, and ultimately, if you don't know anything about the story, I want you to be able to put the CD on and dig it.
And catch it.
And if you know the story,
catch it.
If you know the story, then the intricacies of the songs make that much more sense.
And I also noticed the order too. Is that specific?
Always.
Because it just, the way it, as I went through it, it's like, this whole thing works.
I mean, the order is really important.
That's what I got out of it. And as soon as I, caught Gluttony, it's like, the last time I heard Gluttony was, what was it, Deadly, I go back, I Google, and it's like the 7, and then I know it's like, oh, guys, that just kills.
Yeah, I know.
Now, the driver of the format of how everything works, does that start with Josh? I mean, does it start with the writing, or does it start with, like, you got a riff in you that you want to expand on? Because this album is completely different than the other 5.
Right. There's no set way of the way it starts. It could be a drum beat, it could be a bass line, it could be a guitar riff, it could be a vocal melody. Sloth started off with Josh calling me up, and he goes, I've got this idea for a chorus, and he sings it to me, and he doesn't really have a key or any chord structure, but I've got this idea. And I take that and make some music around it. And then we start playing it together, and then it takes a shape, and then we give it back to Josh, and he does his thing, and then we all get together, and it takes more of a shape. And there's no set way with the way it comes out.
That is so cool, because I can feel every song. I mean, you guys have had me since everything. It's like that thing is just, God, you just dig deep and pull it out, and this is what it looks like, people. I'm playing it, and I got that out of Dreaming. Dreaming was just, I'm just pulling it down and showing you my stuff. And the video came out really good. Are you guys good with videos? Are you guys doing okay with the video side of this? Come on, we're musicians,
videos are a whole other side. I mean, in a way they kind of have to be done, and it's always ironic that we do them when we're on our downtime, as far as
right.
Which is very little, and there really is no downtime. But yeah, I mean, they're kind of like the evil necessity, because people always want to see an image with the song, because to some people it helps them relate more to what the song is about, as opposed to just listening and gathering themselves. But yeah, I mean, we've done so many of them at this point that we're kind of like we're bored.
Well, now, were you the beach scene? How cool was that?
It was cool, and it was really low budget.
Seemed like an easy couple of takes, and we're out of here.
We all got together at the beach around 3. The sun set around 6:30, and just played the song a bunch of times. It was pretty cool.
I thought it just came out kick-ass, because the other videos that you have put out, it's like some of it is live video intermixed with some of the things that you do behind the scenes. Like, I don't even know if you green screen any of it, but it does look like there's a lot of studio work that has to be done with the video. On my side of the TV, I was still being a little weirded out by that. It was like the video side of music has changed things. Are you good with doing
the Dreaming video specifically is kind of like if you were out with your family on vacation at the beach and somebody had an 8mm. It's exactly what it's like.
That's all it was.
But that's about as organic as you're going to get. Without all the bells and whistles and whatnot. So
cool.
They all have their certain place.
So now that you've gotten out of opening for bands, because I do remember you guys with Motley Crue. Thank you. Yes. My camera person here, Missy, has some Nikki Sixx stories that she will share with you later. And now that you guys are, the act, has that changed anything for you? Has it changed anything inside you? Your true north? where you want to go?
No, I don't think so. I think that we're still kind of after the best show that we can put on a given night. So it's Saturday night in Libertyville, Illinois at Austin's Fuel Room, and we're going to play it as good as we can play it. You know, warts and all. It's going to be, one thing's for sure, is it's going to be a live rock and roll band with nothing pre-recorded, no bullshit, 5 guys making a racket up there.
Oh, speaking of bullshit.
The way we like it.
Pyrotechnics. Are you guys? I mean, is that something that you?
I don't think we're trustworthy with fire.
I know, right? I mean, you know, we've seen. Well, you know, crew.
We catch our own stuff.
Hey, Richard Pryor, slow down a little.
You know, I think that's all great for a show, and I have been to. We've all been to shows where that's very entertaining. It's just not something that we do at this point. I'm not saying it never will happen.
Right.
I don't know if
But yeah,
really,
it's just. I noticed.
Yeah, no concussion bombs here at Austin's.
Yeah. We've seen
you know,
how that could turn out.
Yeah.
I think we kind of really want to do what we grew up, you know, watching and listening to. It's just guys on stage with no tracks, no nonsense, just amps, guitars, drums, vocals, bringing it the best they possibly can, you know. And I think that's what makes us, to this day, different from everybody else, because we refuse to go down that road.
No, you guys are full throttle.
What you see is what you get. And like you said, warts and all. And I mean, it's just, you know, it's good. It's just good old-fashioned rock and roll. It's gone. So
one last question, and I'll let you guys go, because I know we're doing sound check. I want to say it right. If you were to do a cover song, because I know you've only done one cover, and that was Highway Star, that I've seen you put out. If you were going to be able to put out, in a legal sense, and just be able to just let it rip, what cover song would you like to see somewhere down the road? Something that, I know, right?
well,
how about Rock and Roll Damnation, ladies and gentlemen? How about that?
Oh, God. Yeah. No kidding.
Absolutely.
No kidding.
Absolutely. It's a great
Very
song.
good answer.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. So, okay, so on the road with Bike Week America, we kick ass with Buckcherry tonight. Austin's Fuel Room, we're going to have this right up on Facebook. We're going to get this out on our Facebook page and our social media.
Awesome.
We have a bunch of friends who are coming up from Bike Week America to come see you guys. So
Beautiful.
I will see you later. Thank you for tuning in. I'll have some more after the show. Talk to you later.
You're up.
Cool.